Ultimate Team, and I'm your host, the coach. This game should not disappoint, so sit back and put that remote down.
Here now to get us started is Logan Cook, and off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players ever to pull on the uniform there. The beginning of his career, he was a so-called game manager. Take care of the football and rely on the defense. Now, in this stage of his career, the offense runs through him, and it runs very well.
Watch the slip, watch the slip. Right here, guys. Mike 51,
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 41-yard line.
After the interception, here's Watson. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
Patriots.
Ito Smith, his first carry. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3-3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense. A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8. Now a first down throw, Watson. Got a man over the middle, it's Williams. And the Patriots are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
Try to punch it in with Smith. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots.
Touchdown.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Pats have taken the early lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 29.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
The 43-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Switch. Go.
Now it's Wilson. And he rifles one incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Clinton Dix on the coverage.
To throw again. Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 18. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
From the gun, here's Watson. That's complete to Smith. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
The open man is Smith. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First down, New England.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Watson trying to get his guys moving.
And it's 3rd down.
It's caught on the right side at Smith. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Mike 51. Mike 51. Got it. Easy. Check 24.
Now Wilson on first down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Throwing again. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete.
Wilson.
Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. On first down, it's Watson. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And he comes back with one complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, Watson. He's going to take off with it. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before the break. Watson throwing the out route incomplete. It's Williams. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 33. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. New England trying to get to place on offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
3rd and 2, Watson steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Beckham, the return. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Bears take over. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Throwing on 2nd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
On 1st down, Watson stepping up. He's going to keep it. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
on the draw. This is Smith. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 21.
The tackle by Derwin.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They keep it with Smith on first down. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. The 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Back now at Soldier Field. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. From 6 yards away. And the Patriots have taken the lead.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a New England touchdown. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Now Hester will get a shot. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Devin Hester on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. To throw is Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Play action. It's Wilson. The left side caught by Diggs. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Open space inside the 10. And this is caught at the 8. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A well-executed 22-yard gain. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. From 3 yards out, and the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Fielded in the end zone. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson over the middle, complete. That's Williams. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Good coverage that time by Derwin James. From the 50, it's Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Chicago offense set to get started. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them inbounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Throwing now is Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Now it's Watson. Over the middle to Smith. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Now Watson going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Returnable here for Hester. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. They'll run with a big man, Bo Jackson, and he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
On the run, it's Bo Jackson. And he's going to take this down close to the first as he's brought down at the Patriots' 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40.
They'll run now with Bo Jackson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Daniel Sorensen on the
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll run here with Bo. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. They run. Montgomery. And he's not going to get the first down. He had to get to the 30, but he's a yard or 2 short.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. And that changes everything here in OT. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little, and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. Watson, his first throw of OT. Airing one out for Boyd. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
And that's caught by Smith. And he will have a Patriots first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Watson on first down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Overtime with 2 minutes to play. We are in sudden death, but still all tied up. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Ito Smith, and not much running room. Down to the 32.
Smith, the ball carrier.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Watson, sliding out of the pocket. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
It's a gain of 4. And it's
out of the gun, Watson. He can run for it, and the ball is out. Watson lost it, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And my, how the tables have turned. They had a chance inside the red zone, punch that thing in and end it. Now we're going the other way.
And it's real easy to just look at them and say, boy, what an error, what a mistake you made. But how about the defense coming up huge? Let's give them a little bit of credit, keeping their team in the game, because if they score a touchdown there.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
Touchdown, Bears. Final score.
Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it from here for Charles Davis and the rest of our crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com/Madden. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.